Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome on the Culture News. My name is David SERERO, and today, ladies and gentlemen, I have the great pleasure to have a fantastic lady. Her name is Maria van VLODROP, and she is the founder and president of a fantastic company that is called the MVVO Art. And she is well known for many things. She's going to talk to us about it, but also because she's the co-founder of a fantastic event that is called the Accessible Art Fair, which is presented by MVVO Art, which opened recently, I believe it was last week, and it's going to be open until November 25th. This is a unique art fair like you've never seen before. I was lucky to be at the opening night because I have some privilege, but most importantly, today we have the one and only Mrs. Maria van VLODROP. How are you, Maria, today?
I'm fine. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure and an honor having you. I know how busy you are, and I really appreciate that you're taking some time. So, my dear Maria, for the few people who don't know you, please tell us a little bit where you're from and what is your background and what brought you to do this fantastic accessible art fair in New York.
Yes. So basically, I'm originally Armenian American from New York.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm consider myself a global traveler, so it's always very difficult to answer this question, where are you from? I'm truly a global citizen, I guess, with very deep roots in New York City. And my background is advertising, technology, and I decided to launch the fair because I have a very good, appreciation for art. I've always loved art, and I lived in Brussels. When I lived in Brussels, I went to the Accessible Art Fair in Brussels every year, and I loved it. And when I came back to New York, I realized there was no fair like this. So I called Stephanie Manhasset, who had founded the fair in Brussels, and it's been running really successfully for 10 years. And I just proposed to her, why don't we bring it here? And here we are.
Well, that's one of a kind meeting, because I had the pleasure to meet both of you, and I even interviewed Stephanie on this show, and you two were just meant to be. You were both meant to be friends and to work together, because she has all these artistic ideas and you have all this strong knowledge also, and both very creative lady. And I also want to say, because people think that, because it's New York, everybody is professional, they know how to do things. But actually, it's less and less true, because I want to say, my dear Maria, that you and Stephanie, you guys really know how to work, how to work with people. And this is why when you know how to work so well, you have only the best people surrounding you. You have the best partners. I believe you have ArtNet, that is a fantastic company. We will say hello to them. And also fantastic venues and fantastic people, and even fantastic actor, Alan Cumming, who even came to your VIP first access night on Tuesday and on Wednesday of last week. So I want to ask you, what do you want to show during this art fair? What is your message?
So basically, what we want to show is that we have wonderful artists from New York and from all over the world. And they were very talented contemporary artists that have been picked by a very prominent New York jury of art experts from Sotheby's, from Gagosian, from ArtNet, and a couple of very prominent art advisors. We had the application process, and they were selected. And basically, what's really important for us is that these wonderful artists that are exhibiting at the National Art Club, which is a very iconic building in New York, as you know, for the arts, they're there. And what's really different and what we're trying to accomplish is that the public can meet with the artists. They can really meet with the creators behind the work. And I think that gives you a completely different experience when you walk in a fair. It's a superb artistic environment, and you get to meet the artists and talk to them about their work. whether you are a new collector or a collector that typically goes to a gallery, I think the experience of meeting the creator is a fantastic one. And you take stories home and even the piece with you. So that's really what we're trying to do, to really make it more accessible, have more people come in and meet with the artists and discover their work.
I want to say really that for having experienced it, that the whole experience to go to your event that has opened last week and is playing until November 25th at the National Arts Club. It's a fantastic venue. I know the people over there. And I want to say that the experience I had on that night is like no art fair ever. I've been to Basel. I've been to all the Tetaf, all the biggest ones. But this is like, I felt you were going into a club, First of all, I love the jazz music that you play in the background, So that was really, you don't have that usually in art fair. You hear the noise, people talking. It feels like you're definitely not. What I feel is that you brought really the art gallery atmosphere into the art fair. That's really the impression. Then, of course, you had beautiful people around, really great people, very elegant people. Every single detail, and I really want to congratulate you, Maya, because every single detail were absolutely perfect. And, of course, the fact that you had caviar also helped a lot. We say hello to Elite, who Elite Cocktails who brought caviar. I mean, that caviar, I didn't want to say the art anymore. I wanted to eat the caviar. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding. But it was really, really perfect, and I really want to congratulate you for it. And the selection of artists that you had, and the artists also they are not playing too much like the big guys. They even come to you. They come and say, "Hi, my name is da-da-da. Here's my artwork," etc. And then they are very engaging. And I know that this is your signature brand, to bring the art to people and the quality of art. Tell us a little bit about that, Maria.
Yes, so basically I created MVVO Art about a year ago to create opportunities for artists, collector, and corporate sponsors to discover each other and form powerful creative partnerships. And in our debut, we decided to bring the Accessible Art Fair to New York because, it is a very creative concept. It is innovative, and we're able to really give artists a platform to launch their career and meet with the public, meet with collectors, meet with art influencers. And I think that is really what we're trying to do here. It's it's as creative as it gets in the sense that it's been curated by Isaac Adam, who's both an artist and an up-and-coming curator. And as you can see, when you're talking about the attention to detail, when you go to an art fair, it's not curated. So this is really curated. That's why you probably really enjoyed the creative, that you were surrounded with, because it was placed with care and with a flow that works with the venue. I really like the contrast between the old and the new, the Gothic mansion and the really modern art. I think that's very a creative experience in itself. So that's really a little bit how we're trying to get everybody to enjoy it. And on the weekend, we have art talks. So I'm trying to add an element. Like this weekend, we had a wonderful panel, for those who came. And then every Saturday, we have another panel. The next 2 Saturdays are organized by the Art Conference. I hope people come because it's from 1 to 3 o'clock every Saturday till November 25. And you can just come in and listen to wonderful speakers about art and technology or how to start a collection. And I think it kind of works really well with what we're doing.
Yeah. You have also I believe it's on November 12th, you have Technological Revolutions in the Artwork, which is very, very interesting, and Art in Action, which is also very interesting, on November 19th. What I also enjoy is that the exhibition is kind of traveling, because you are not, you arrive in a place, you see the whole place, and that's it. No, that you take the stairs, you walk downstairs, and you arrive in these beautiful corridors, and you see another kind of art, and it's really a one-of-a-kind experience, and people definitely need to go there. And a lot of people of our audience are also journalists, and if you guys did not write yet about the Accessible Art Fair in New York, you have to open your computer and really write something about these guys, or simply contact them, and trust me, you will not be disappointed, because it's really, really, really worth it. And also, if you are an investor or an advertiser, trust me, get in touch with these guys, so that next year, I hope you will be back, next year, or the year after, you will be part of this amazing adventure, because if you want to reach a perfect spectrum of very high collector, top VIP people, but also the average Joe who just wants to buy a good piece of art, then the Accessible Art Fair in New York is definitely the place where we need to go. So I wanted to ask you, where did you learn your beautiful English? Because you have a perfect English and a perfect accent. I'm jealous of yours.
Thank you so much. Well, I spoke only French up to the age of 18. And I had a very strong French accent when I was speaking English. And then I moved to London, and I went to university there, and then I moved to New York. So I guess over the years, practice. Yeah, that's it. Because listen to my accent, it's a disaster. Even when I talk in French, which is my native language, people don't understand me. So English. So let's do by email. You sound absolutely perfect. And when you were saying for people to come to the fair, I think that, I always tell a lot of my girlfriends who, will buy a handbag or beautiful shoes to make a statement, because obviously you want to feel good about yourself and you buy something beautiful. I always tell them, when you walk into someone's house and you see a beautiful piece of art, isn't that a statement about this person? And you feel so, in awe about them. And so my message to a lot of people out there, who are, looking to purchase beautiful items, they should be thinking of purchasing a beautiful piece of art, a work of art, from a collection, because that's a statement about them, and it's a beautiful thing to do, and also to support the artists and help culture.
Exactly. My ex-Russian wife, she was doing like a big statement every time she was buying a bag or new shoes, and the statement was, it was very expensive, So I'd rather she would have purchased art, but that's too late, unfortunately. But
it stays with you. It stays with you. It stays with you, which is nice.
Yeah, exactly, and it's really an investment, and in life you have some up and down financially, but it is part of the history that every time they were up and down, you were able to sell your art if you have a down moment, financially down moment, and you never lose any of its value. And you said something very interesting about curating, the fact that D7, the Accessible Art Fair in New York, is curated is because you didn't just select art because they are beautiful or pretty or new, but also because they will stay. The name of the artist and the value will do nothing but increase over the years. So that's really the best investment. And even if you don't want to invest in anything, you just want to see good art and have a good time, just go to visit it. So we can purchase the tickets on Eventbrite, right? And also on your website, which is Accessible Art Fair New York. You have more information on your website, which is mvvoart.com. And is there anything else that we should know, my dear Maria, before we say goodbye to each other?
No, I think that really come and, I hope everybody comes to visit the fair. We're here all month. We'd love to welcome everyone. And, I think, when you look at art, hopefully, you take something that you really love and that's beautiful and you can enjoy.
That's really true. Next time I go, I take all the caviar as well.
Yes, totally.
That was really, really like you made my day. Really you made my day.
Okay,
So, my dear Maria, thank you a million times. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is David Serero, and I had the pleasure to have today on the Culture News, which you can hear us on iTunes Radio, iTunes Podcast, and SoundCloud. I had the wonderful, very talented Maria Van VLODROP. Let me spell out for you, Maria, M-A-R-I-A, then Van, V-A-N, and VLODROP, V as a Victor, L-O-D-R-O-P, who is the founder and president of MVVO Art, the fantastic agency, and she's also the co-founder of this great art fair, which is called the Accessible Art Fair New York, and is going to be playing and open until November 25th at the National Art Club, which is in Gramercy Park, right near. It's a fantastic venue. Trust me, you will not regret it. You can take the tickets on Eventbrite or on the website accessibleartfairnewyork.com, and we also would put a link on our website, theculturenews.com. My dear Maria, thank you very much, and the doors of this show are open to you 24/7.